in the minutes.
I tried to bring it in as much as I could for you.
Oh, it's fine, I got my own too, I've been recording them, but I hide them.
What's that?
I've been recording too, but I hide them.
Oh, I post them on Facebook so everybody can see them.
I was sure that in council, I was stressed, June of 2022, not to post them, but when I was, told them about my constitutional rights, they're not gonna call.
Oh yeah, there's
apologizing.
nothing they can do about a voted video on Facebook at a public meeting. Constitutional rights for sure.
Damn straight.
Call meeting in order, please. Pledge allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Dawn? Yes. Cheryl? Here. Jen? Here. Sherry? Melissa? Here. Ryan?
Here.
And Adam.
Here. Proof of publication.
Royal Bank Village Hall, Post Office.
All right, consider order of the agenda. Anybody have anything they want to bring up? Okay. So we'll move to public comment. Well, Eric,
Alright, yes.
he's got stuff.
It's about transparency.
3 minutes.
Good evening. Tonight I want to talk about transparency. Before I go into my concern, I want to start by recognizing something positive. See, the village is considering putting meeting notices and agendas on Facebook. I think that's awesome, guys. Moving in the right direction. For many residents, Facebook is where they actually see village information. Posting agendas and meetings makes sense. I hope the board approves it tonight. While we're talking about a step in greater transparency, I'd like the board to consider turning comments back on Facebook too. I think you guys will hear more from the community. If you're going to use Facebook to communicate, I think communication should go both ways. An informed public makes local government stronger, and brings me to what happened with last month's agenda. There are two versions of July 13th's agenda. I have them right here. And one version did not contain public comment. A later version did. I obtained an email from the village clerk stating she had spoken with the village attorney about removing it. She advised that public comment is included in the ordinance, and she then reposted the agenda with the comment. So my question, Adam, President, who requested that to be removed? Not gonna answer. Transparency, bud. Who asked? Who wanted it removed? Was it you? I respect your choice not to answer, but I think residents can decide for themselves whether refusing to answer a straightforward question about village business is consistent with transparency we're discussing tonight. And that brings me to my larger point. I understand village officials need to use the telephone. Adam, I'm certainly not suggesting every phone call needs recorded and every conversation needs a transcript, but when important decisions and directions involving village business is given, especially something as significant as changing public meeting agendas, removing an opportunity for us to speak, I believe there should be some documentation. We have the email from the village clerk saying it was going to be removed. Somebody here wanted it removed. Somebody here is holding that in. I think we all know who it is. It'd be good for transparency if we could come around. Residents shouldn't have to compare two different agendas, obtain emails, submit records, and connect the dots themselves. Tonight, the village has an opportunity to move in the right direction. Put the agendas and meetings notices on Facebook, turn comments on, start keeping records. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. Next we have Jennifer Fredericks, general discussion, water, community, etc.
First of all, I want to say thank you to Adam and everybody else that has stood up since Jason's quitting. Just want to say thank you to everybody. So good evening, members of the council. This marks my 51st council meeting, missing 6 to 7 since June of 2022. For over 4 years, I have come to speak up for our kids, our grandkids, and the future of the village. I raised 4 kids in this community and you have helped me. I have kept deep roots, or I have deep roots here, and have a lot of work put in. Over these 51 months, I have issued formal notices and affidavits. I have fought to keep fluoride out of the drinking water and pushed for tiny home community for our veterans, and raised concern about the towers and the 5G towers and the lights. When I first started recording meetings, I was threatened and told not to. Only after providing constitutional rights did I get an apology. I even remember walking into the village office and I was being recorded. The intimidation did not work and I'm still here. Yes, under the American Disability Act, proper audio and video should be equipped in this room. So the priority is the residents that are trapped at home deserve equal access to see what is going on in all these meetings. I don't begrudge anyone last month for video the last meeting. Seeing the video reveals uncomfortable truth. Women in this community have been doing the hefty lifting for years, only to be told to sit down and your time is up. You shouldn't need to be a puffy poop Peter or a membership in a club to be heard. Women build, raise, and portray this community, and our voices carry weight. We should be working together to help one another and build a future for our children. I didn't come here asking for praise or everybody to clap at me. I came because leadership is about stewardship, not self-interest. Every time I address this council, my question to you, do you kneel to God or do you kneel to greed? It is a time to stop the managing of the clock and provide we can work together as a community. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. Consider meeting minutes.
The only thing I have is sometimes I'm Jenny and sometimes I'm Jen.
Okay.
So I think if you, everybody else is by their full first name, so I think it should be Jennifer. Right.
Do you have anything?
The only other question I had, isn't there one time that 2 people took our, making a motion to adjourn? Which meeting was that at? Was it one of these?
I think that was the August meeting, so I won't be
Okay.
until next month that you'll see that 2 other people adjourned.
So, I'm gonna read out what what you wrote down for streets and maintenance report. Adam, the village president, gave a rundown to the trustees and the public of what's going on with the sewer plant, well house and lift station. The sewer plant had alarms going off due to the excess rain that we had. The lift station had quit working. Mike Bartles was able to find the problem and take care of it and keep the village from having a sewer backup. Adam informed the board and public that the well at the well house leaks and the well pump is having issues running all the time. Adam and Mike have different companies looking into it for everything. Delta 3 is aware of the situation. The village is waiting on bids for the cost of repairs needed. And that's what we have in there, right? So that's like 1/10 of what was discussed there. If you're gonna put it in there, don't just put pieces of it in there.
Well, the attorney says that either you make a 10-page report or you do it short and simple. So I don't know, what would you like? Because then I'll change the form of it.
Transparency.
Well, because the whole thing is, if somebody goes and reads these on the internet, now.
So you want me to put the dates and the times that you talked to
Just wait
everybody?
just wait a second, sorry. If, what I'm looking at is when you, not dates and times, but tell everything that's in there. If you're gonna put one thing in there, don't leave out the other 10. For the people that were here that night, there was considerably more things discussed than just that. There was sewage in dry well, which shouldn't have been. So those are things, if a village person wanted to read that on our website, they can't read it because it's not in there. But yet, you put some little things in there, sorry, that's my opinion, I don't say it that way. But if you're gonna put it in there, put the whole thing. Especially with that, as important as what that was at that time.
We can't.
We can't hear you.
Can we put like an attachment on the website?
Like,
Like if you had a PDF of the typed notes, can you attach a PDF and just say this was discussed?
no, cause
If there's something longer to attach.
I
Oh,
just
she just puts
sum
the
it,
minutes on.
I just summarize it.
Right.
If we record it and we can watch the whole thing and hear the whole thing, that would stop all of it.
We used to record it all the time. I mean, I used to have a tape recorder in there for every meeting.
That wouldn't be a bad idea. I think we'll get confused and did this happen or did this happen?
Cause then I think they got looked up afterwards and then got the specific verbiage that you wanted to put down. And then to make sure, or maybe somebody forgot double people as far as adjournment, you know, I mean, if there was something in there, a question of that, so it was correct. So, I'm just,
I've had a lot of people approach me about not being able to hear in the audience, that maybe we should have a microphone up here.
well, if everybody would speak up, I think we can get that taken care of, so when you're speaking, just please speak up for us. So,
I'll add to next month's agenda.
that doesn't help with this, what I wanted added to this, that's just me, I guess I'd like to see it, but if it's not,
But there's no motion. You can't make a motion on this.
okay.
Adam, did you give Liz your notes that you used for that?
No,
Okay.
I have them in my notebook, I'm still continuing with that, because I'm still making phone calls.
Cause that would help for her to be able to make sure she got all the dates and times and
And,
everything.
I mean, there's no dates and times in any of this,
No, but I mean, from last month's, there was a lot of
Good point.
dates and
It
times.
was a
Yeah.
lot, that's why,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
kind of where I was going. There was a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a lot of good information.
Yes.
And I agree with what Adam was saying, that's, sometimes there's more, and it needs to get put up for the public. I just what I was wondering, is it just easier to scan something in,
yeah.
attach it, rather than
So
writing
when
it,
we record these, I have to type everything you guys say,
Right.
whether it's appropriate or not.
I don't know if we need to go that far, I think when it's a super important thing, sorry, if Chad says, hey, we have a parking citation, I don't know if you're gonna
You
put
have to
down.
put all that in, cause now it's a public record.
Wait.
All of that has to go in.
Alright.
Can we get the minutes earlier so we can look at them? And then give you the corrections before the meeting?
Yeah,
Or can we just say now for this part of it, we accept it with the corrections of adding the stuff that was discussed besides this?
yeah, then I just have to add the emails to this, cause if you said to add, all this, cause it's all public records.
Either that or when we come in here, do we just say, we'll accept them with these corrections and then we'll just have to figure out your notes and say what the corrections are?
That's up to you guys.
But your notes become public record then, and they just get stapled.
No problem.
Alright, there again, we already have to approve them with the corrections, so.
But my question is, if you felt that more needed to be added, why didn't you call me and say, hey, more needed to be added?
Good point. I just was reading over it this weekend and I'm just like, I felt that there was a lot more that was discussed with that. And if you were here, they know, anybody that was at the meeting would know, but the rest, 98% of the rest of the village did not know.
Right, and you
And if
could have called me this morning or sent an email saying, hey, add all this in, and I would have, and then you guys could have approved it.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda. So,
Right.
moving forward. So how do you wanna add your corrections? Do you wanna tell her, or do you wanna give her your notes?
I will give over the notes, I have no issue with that, I just feel that there's 2 days before this that we're kinda missed out on with even, Delta 3 finding that on Friday. You know, and then by Monday, we're trying to get somebody in to pump it out, and Tuesday, and Mike Bartles' thing wasn't until Wednesday, Thursday. So, you know, this sounds like everything was right away, and it wasn't. That's not the way it went. But yeah, I understand. If you wanna write, you can't write everything, but I would like to see more in there specifically about that, just because it was such a big thing.
So I have it on next month's agenda for you guys to decide what you wanna do with it. To record them, to give me your notes, however you guys wanna do it.
So I will give up all my notes on what I have, and then we'll just have, I don't know, I guess, a better summary or a different summary? Not to say better. I
Or do
won't
you
say
want
that. A different
to
summary?
approve them all except for the board meeting until next month?
If that's an option, we can do that.
Okay, go ahead.
So if I guess that's where we sit, then I guess I'll entertain a motion for that, if anybody wants to do that.
So I'll make a motion to accept the special board meeting from the 21st, the 27th, and the 29th, and to table the regular board meeting from the 13th,
A motion by, Sorry.
updating of the streets and maintenance report.
I'll second that.
a motion by Jen, second by Cheryl. Roll call, please.
Who seconded it?
I second.
Cheryl,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Sherry, Melissa,
Yes.
Ryan,
Yes.
Dawn,
Yes.
and Adam.
Yes. All right, zoning administrator's report.
I don't think he hasn't had anything.
Rolly's got a question on all I know.
Who has a question?
Jeff, in the office, cause he wanted to get a building permit, put a fence out back, and do a sidewalk, and he needs to have 2 separate building permits for that?
No, he just, cause he's replacing the sidewalk that they took out when they remodeled, so he doesn't need that. And then he's just putting gravel in, he's not doing cement now. He just came in today.
Yeah, because he was told that he had to have 2 different building permits. He had to get one from Josh for the sidewalk, and one from Terry for the fence.
No, the concrete he would've,
If he put a
because,
sidewalk in.
no, cause he was gonna put a concrete in the back of his inside fenced area.
A sidewalk going out his back door. His way back door, yes. It's not a slab. It was just a sidewalk to go out the back door, and then gravel on each side of it.
Oh, he made it sound like he was replacing a sidewalk on the other side.
He wants to do that too.
Okay, that's what I knew.
Yeah, so the backyard was just a sidewalk,
Okay, well, he didn't explain that.
that's okay. Yeah. But I told him, I'm like, I don't know why you have to have 2 different building permits for that.
You know,
Okay.
and it's the
It's really
sidewalk
confused.
that he took out to remodel that he's just replacing, so that
Yes.
doesn't need to be, there's
No,
no.
post regular
Okay.
video, then you
nothing
got
for
proof,
that, just
like you got
the fence and
file.
the inside.
When you go
does he
live,
have
you don't
building
have
permit
He just brought that in,
Okay,
so Terry will sign it, hopefully tomorrow.
thank you.
Alright, so moving on to number 9, consider ordering traffic signs for the village.
So, this was a survey that I was asked and I did, and I brought this up once before, that it was looking like about 40 different signs if we put everything back the way it should be. And it was gonna cost about $2,000. Well, since then, we have found some signs and installed them. But what I'm wondering and what I need to know is, how we wanna proceed, cause Mark and I just talked a little bit here, that's the first he had seen this. You guys want him to run around and I can explain to him why these were listed as needing replaced. Cause some of them are missing according to the ordinance, some of them are unreadable. Or do we wanna just set a dollar amount and do so many now? And I guess I just need to know where to go with it. It's down to 37 or 36 signs is what we'll need. So,
I think in the past, they had always been, it was kind of in the budget of streets and maintenance.
okay,
So, and then you kind of said, hey, you need 20 signs or 30 or 5 or whatnot.
that works.
They used to order them out of Kentucky, that was the cheapest place we could find.
I'll see if they can figure out where that was.
There should be a book, Econo signs.
Econo signs, I think I saw
There's a
one
book
when I was
in
sitting in
there.
the office, so.
Unless anybody else knows of a cheaper place, I mean, there are cheaper ones,
For it for this year?
but.
I haven't dug into that yet. I'm gonna start that hopefully by the end of the week.
There, yeah, I would check Amazon. I wouldn't, but I would have her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cause you can get most of that stuff off of there cheaper.
There, there's probably other places besides that. At that time, Amazon,
I'll
Amazon
look
was
around.
not there.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, I understand
So, just
that.
saying.
I also remember when Amazon wasn't an option.
Yeah, there you go, that's probably.
But,
yeah.
I said, I'll do some pricing and see where we can do the best for what we got.
Cheaper's not always better.
The county actually had, which we never got ours there, if you want to they'll redo, take them to prison,
Yes.
they'll redo them. And that was gonna be like a $10 or $15, Craig over at Dodgeville, Harding, talked to him. And then he said, put them on a pallet and get them in, then, I mean, it might.
Then they'll come back whenever they're done.
That's, yeah, but we never got that far.
I think we
Yes,
talked about it in the ordinance meeting, are we
That's-
doing it that way?
We try,
Yeah.
yeah, I haven't talked to Craig yet though, but the other business that advertised that they did it said they don't anymore. So we need to talk to Craig and see.
and maybe that's changed, but that was.
Yeah,
another
we'll
option
explore
here.
all options that we can.
Okay.
You gotta take into consideration if you do that, how long them signs are gonna be down for.
Well, yeah, yes, we would just replace one, and if you had one, then you had 7 or 8, and there was 8 or 9 that were left on top of that, so we were hoping of sending 15 of them in.
Right.
Get those 15 back, and you would start replacing them.
Do we still have
And-
some old ones out in the shop that you were talking about that need to be redone anyway? So
Absolutely.
you could take those in
Yeah,
Yeah, it'd be
and then
good.
replace them as they
Take
come
those
back.
to start with and then
that's the other
And
option.
swap them back.
swap
Okay.
them and send the ones that were coming down in.
So do you need a motion to table that until?
Probably need most, yeah,
I'll make
yes.
a motion to table that until prices are figured out.
I'll second it.
A motion by Jen, second by Dawn, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Number 10, consider taking fluoride out of the water in the village. I have one question, who put this on there? I'd just like to know.
I did.
Thank you, okay.
Thank you.
I put it on because I know we've had a lot of concerns in the village. I know we've talked about it a little bit since I've been on the board, and I just think it's time since a lot of the communities around us are taking it off. And then just with all the recent stuff and learning a little bit more about all of our water and sewer stuff, I just feel that we need to have a discussion to end it and, take a vote and decide what we wanna do with it, with the cost of it, and then not only the mixing of our chemicals in our well house, this article also states like the Fosterville, that the cost of having a separate well house, just because of chemicals mixing and the safety of our workers. And then, of course, just the concerns in general. With fluoride.
I agree, I just have said since the beginning that we should have the village vote on it.
Correct, me too.
Not the,
That's
not the
why I
whole.
think we should put it on a referendum for the November election. Can't make
Are we
tomorrow.
too late for that?
I don't know, I have to get
And I didn't know if we were too late for a referendum. I was also in a referendum thought process too, but then the more and more I keep hearing it from the public, the more and more I feel the village does want it.
You're our leaders.
So.
Make a
But
decision.
I'm okay, but I just didn't know if we can get it on a referendum.
We don't know
No,
about that. We have the information.
The votes might
available.
be there.
That's
though.
something important enough.
Here, like, if they wanna
One
look
at a
at it.
time here. Don speaking, please.
If, for the people that are confused or just wanna know more information, I think we should have this available for the residents to look at. This is all the stuff to look at so they can make an educated decision.
Agreed.
And there again, it goes both ways. If you're for fluoride, you can find all the research of saying how good it really is. If you're against fluoride, you can find all the research saying how bad it is. So it's a 50-50 thing, that's why we think that, and we've been saying it for a couple of years, that we should just get it on a referendum, let the people decide on it.
So if that's the case, can we let the people know the
Eric.
condition of
Eric.
how the chemicals are
Eric.
stored?
Eric,
Hey, he was looking right at me speaking. I was answering back.
we can ask you to leave if you wanna be disruptive,
But it needed to be a topic of conversation,
okay?
because I don't know if it's too late to get it as a referendum. But we have been kind of pushing it back a little bit, and you know,
I make a motion to see if we get on a referendum and then have it on referendum if we can.
I will second
A motion by Jen, second by Cheryl. Roll call. Roll, please.
that. Jen?
Yes.
Sherry? Oops, Melissa? Yes. Ryan?
Yes.
Dawn?
Yes.
Cheryl?
Yes.
And Adam?
No. All right, number 11, police report. That's you, Chad.
Okay. Everybody has their sheet. It's just more of the same, it's busy, so, there has been an uptick in nighttime, I don't know how, it isn't damage, but it's just, deviance, I guess. I think we've got the people identified, but we have to figure it out for sure, so.
Somebody have anything for Chad from that standpoint? So I guess we should say, A, discussion regarding warning siren work replacement.
That too. There was a problem with the sirens last few days, I'm sure everybody heard that. Sounds like it's skipped because of all the weather we're having everywhere. And, somebody somewhere has the same tones to set them off, as the same frequency as we do. That's the only thing they can come up with. But the reason this was put on was just the fact of the age of the units and availability of part stuff, and I just wanted to make everybody aware. I don't want any action tonight, I just want everybody to be made aware that, we're gonna have to do something. We're gonna have to start replacing, if nothing else, the receiver boards, you know, something I think that maybe October budget time could be talked about, and whatever you guys wanna do. But as far as coverage goes, what started this was the siren down by the campground. It's surrounded by a pine tree, and if you go up kind of by you guys' place there, you can't even, you know it's on, but it doesn't cover like it used to. And now they have improved them so bad that you can put one siren where the one is over here, and it'll do the job. So,
Yes, it was very quiet the other night. I had to open up my door to make sure it was actually the sign going off,
to hear it going,
to hear it going.
The one in the morning?
Yep,
Boy,
sure was. Yep.
I don't think most of the town agree with that. Sorry.
Do we have,
Yeah.
a cost on replacement at all?
well, I know they were supposed to get me quotes, just so you guys could have it. To totally 100% redo a new site, which shouldn't need to be done, was running about 25 grand. But the fact of the matter is, you know, not everything is bad. I mean, ours still go off. It's just probably time to start looking at things to update. And I just thought I'd bring it to attention because it's nothing immediate. So,
Can I ask you a question, Ryan? Were you on board when we got that new up there?
I don't think so. I think it was right before I got on.
It was, Susie would have been just here as the village
Yeah,
clerk.
so that would have been before I was on.
So 20, maybe 20 years
Right.
ago.
Grants for that?
16, I'm on my.
Because they had, the old one got sold off to a collector, and then the new one got put in.
okay. Well, that's what the guy from American Signal
What I'm
thought.
wondering is the age of it, I mean, what their expectancy of it.
He was thinking that that the newer one was 25 years old. Obviously, the old federal down below is older.
Right, because there's nothing, that one was not replaced.
And I heard Dawn's question there. I did call emergency management, and they called the regional emergency management, and they did not offer grant money for warning sirens. So,
Thank you for looking into that.
yeah, something to think about.
The county management, they don't have any funds at all, that they can help us out.
I didn't ask if they did, I asked if there was any grants. We could go that route too, but I think traditionally the villages
Responsible, probably.
usually buy them, yeah. But yeah, I could ask that too, just so we know,
Right.
and then, I did have a couple other little things too, if that's alright,
That's fine.
if I can find them here. Just little things to let you know about, I'll take care of it, but the squad has 2 different recalls. If it's okay with the board, I'll just make the appointment at Philback and Center, and I'll just buzz it up for one of my days off, and I'll bring it back the day after. We'll get those taken care of. There has been a couple larger cases that we're looking at right now. So if you see some county cars in town, we'll see how it goes, but I've got them and I've also got a state, person that's helping out on one of them, so we'll see how it goes, but, the big thing I'd like to know is I might have some funding, for another speed sign. And I don't know that we need it. I would like the board to think about that and just guys let me know. I know 8th Street is always a speed zone. If I can get it for free, that's one thing, but just let me know, as I guess is what I'm. So,
Guess one thing we'll say, we'll just go with, I'd like to see the budget committee look at the siren, just to see if there's, I don't know if there's probably nothing in for the siren replacement, is there? There was at one time.
There was, but there's not a lot in there.
Yeah, that's what I kinda thought. So, then, you have anything else then?
I have one quick
I'm
question.
sorry.
Get your AED figured out?
For now.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I should have brought that up. I responded to a medical call and I did deploy my AED and it did not want to work right away. But got it going, and it was the failure that, what I'm gonna call the intermittent problem, not a failure, did not change what the outcome eventually was for the person. It was just a fact that I noticed that it took a lot longer to get it up and running and ready to go. So that is one thing that I'm adding to my list for grants, is grant for the truck, grant for AED. And for now, it is tested and working again, so.
Okay.
And that's all I got.
Anybody have anything else for Jed? Thank you, Jed. 12, streets and maintenance report. Hey, consider investing in a new bucket truck. Parts are becoming obsolete. Is that becoming you, Marty?
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I talked with Alltech. Their records show that it's 25 years, it's gonna be 25 years old, either end of this year or sometime in 27. And at 25 years, they will no longer service supplied parts or anything else. It is too antiquated and too hard to get parts for.
Can I ask how many miles are on it?
Not exactly sure, I can get that for you.
So I'm gonna ask you a question. The box must be, that truck's a 2015.
What I was told, of course, I was not here prior to last Monday,
Right?
that boom was put on that truck after they got rid of the last truck. That's the word I got.
Ryan, you remember where that came from?
No.
Mississippi. It came out of Mississippi.
Yeah.
Dale drove it back.
Okay.
I'm just throwing this out. I think it's a 2015 is what I thought,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't know if there was a different body on it. I'm thinking it was all
So,
that.
yeah, and cause something about one truck got scrapped and the boom should have too, and this is the old boom on a different truck.
No, no.
Okay, no.
Okay, so maybe that's what happened in Mississippi before you bought it, I don't know.
That's what I'm wondering, is if that box is older than that, but I mean,
Yeah.
which it very possibly could be. When I
On a
think when
different,
I
on
bought
a
it,
newer chassis.
it had like 167 on 167,000, I think is what was on it. I mean, it's a diesel, so it
Yeah.
should last
Should last for 300,000
a
miles
long
without a
time.
wreck.
But if the rest of it's 25, I don't know that.
Yes, and that's what we got when we talked to Alltech.
Okay.
Talked to them on, I think it was Tuesday.
And that's with serial numbers that are on there? I mean, I'm
Yeah, we
asking.
gave them the serial numbers that were on there, and they've got the same ones, and
Okay.
This is something for you.
yeah, go ahead.
When I heard about this through the grapevine, I did some checking, and that same rural development grant that'll do the squad car will do a bucket truck. It won't do the whole thing on
Right.
either one, but it can substantially help if we go that route. So there's something,
We do for both or just one?
you can do both,
And that would pay 75%?
roughly
And
about 75%, about 75-25 is what they do for the grant. If at that point in time that it's submitted, the grants are not, I don't know how they decide it, but they either give you a grant or they do a really low interest loan. And they can decide which way that goes, we just apply. So, for what it's worth, I looked it up, but you talked to them, bucket trucks are eligible. So,
So hypothetically, if we got 75% a grant for, then we could sell our bucket truck to pay the 25% and then not take anything out of the budget?
Possibly, yes.
Was anybody
Or
gonna buy a
not,
truck
yeah,
that's
yeah.
obsolete?
I don't think you're gonna get that much out of it.
I don't think so either, but you can
Anything
get what
would
you
be
can
better than
get.
nothing.
No, correct.
Yeah, get what you can get out of it.
Sounds like Chad's got some paperwork to do.
I make a motion that Chad researches this grant and we table it until we know if we have a grant or not.
I can help, whatever.
I can help too, tell me what you need.
Okay, we'll be on it.
Yeah.
All right,
Thanks,
so I have a
guys.
motion by Dawn, is there any other discussion with that?
I said, I make a motion that we table it until we have the information if we can get a grant or not.
I'll second.
Second by Jen, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. B, consider quote from Zarnoff Brush Works, cleaning brushes for the street sweeper.
Who seconded it?
Oh, you did, you did.
So Everybody saw the quote from Zarnoff Brushworks, $545.60.
Adam, do you have
Yes.
a copy?
I do.
haven't seen it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, here you go.
Oh, sorry.
No problem.
I didn't know, you don't know, is it a wire brush or is it a brush?
Nylon. Nylon, yeah, it is nylon, I've seen the old one,
Okay.
and it does need replaced.
We
When was the
still have,
last time it was used?
Yeah.
It's been a while.
I could tell you when it was used. Not properly, but. Alright, so. Do we have any money in the budget for trucks and repairs?
Yeah, we do.
You do? Alright, so. That should be something else.
There's nothing other prioritized, that we need.
Not that I know of at this moment, no.
So I need
I'll make a motion that you can buy the things for this week.
I will second that.
motion by Jen, second by Missy, roll call please.
Melissa? Yes. Ryan?
Yes.
Dawn?
Yes.
Cheryl?
Yes.
Jen?
Yes.
And Adam?
Yes. So Marty, with streets and maintenance, do you have anything else?
Not at the moment, I'm getting my feet wet.
Anybody have any questions for Marty on that, as far as that part of it?
That's not because of the butter.
No, that's not a water bill,
Okay.
break, thank God.
Everything going-
Jinx me.
Everything going good?
Actually,
Any
yes.
concerns, Marty?
No, I don't have any, Delta 3 was out last Wednesday, that was a great day. Jordan was here in the morning and Dave spent the rest of the afternoon with me. He's coming back to go over a few more things on Wednesday. Everybody that's been here has done a good job working, we're working on cleaning the filter beds up. We got the shop all organized, everything's lubed and greased, oil changed in trucks. Everything where you can get at it and use it. They started working on the ball diamond a little bit so it isn't overran with weeds. They started working on the playground right out back here today for the same purpose and then spreading the wood chips. Campground, we've got gravel spread on all the streets and use the box blade to grade everything and fill in the holes. Let's see, what else have we been doing? And then just me trying to figure out what the trends are so I know what's a normal flows for what all I have. I've got the paperwork started, I'm gonna take my waterworks test this year, and then I'll get the, for wastewater that I need that Kenzie sent me by June of next year, so then we'll be, everything, I'll be good to go at 1 year for all of my credentials I need for here. Other than that, and if anybody has any questions, call me. I'll answer the phone pretty much day or night, I don't sleep much.
Alright, so you're still up on 13 in your public works report. So,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So consider replacing or fixing the prime pump in lift station 2,
So this is from Sable.
Sable Mechanical. So there's a leaky seal in one of the primes, right? Or
Yep.
Have you been down there yet to look at that, or?
Yeah, it needs it, and, cause it's the only pump that's running at the moment, cause we gotta have the other one replaced, if I'm thinking correctly.
This is in actually lift station 2.
Okay, so which one is?
This was down to the park.
Oh, right by the campground.
And then-
No, I have not been down in that one and looked yet. So that one I don't have any information on. I got the quote Friday, I think.
So this was the one that Sable had gone the day that we went around, they pulled that pump, lift station 1, had the rock, everything was destroyed in it or whatever at this point. And then they went around and also looked at lift station 2 for maintenance and or if there was any issues that we would have to do. And then lift station 3 also had, but I don't know if they,
I never got one from.
We didn't get one for
so there was a crack in one pipe, which was not significant, but it still should be something down the road to be looked at.
Okay.
I'll
get down.
I'll
I'll get down in there this week or beginning of next week and see what's all going on.
It's where the elbow goes down
Okay,
or actually, the elbow goes down for the air to go underneath.
yeah, okay,
And they saw it bubbling, so.
okay.
And it was gonna be a relatively easy fix, I think, maybe that's why they didn't give us a bid.
Yeah.
Or you can talk to them or whatever.
Yeah, I gotta email Dan anyway, cause we had them look at the valve in the pump house too.
Okay.
And they're gonna quote that, cause we have one quote from Core and Main already, but they're gonna quote it, so we can go from there.
So, just for the info, there's 2 pumps down there also, right?
Yes.
Okay. And there's one that's leaking, it's leaked oil for a lot of years.
And we did look down in, and there isn't I mean, the way, cause Al from Sable was here Tuesday, and that's when he put the transducer in over in lift station 1. So now all we're waiting for is that plug-in that will call out the alarm if something goes wrong.
Okay.
But it has been running like a champ since he put the transducer in.
Awesome.
We haven't had anything even go above the first level to kick, to where it would try and kick something else on. And the way I figured when I opened it up and looked, that I'd have a puddle of oil. It's kind of wet down there, doesn't look like it's leaking profusely, but I'll get down in there and look.
So that was their bid that they had said on that. I guess I didn't know what the board wants to do. We're spending a lot of money on other stuff. I guess I was seeing what the board wanted to do. Cause it wasn't super high priority when they looked at it, they just looked at it and said it needs to be fixed. So they have 2 pumps down there, and then that just forced main up to Platt Street. So,
So what happens if we don't fix this right now? Anything?
It's gonna leak a little bit of oil, and we're gonna have to check it, which is no problem, and if we gotta add some, we add some.
thank you.
I say we table it till it's a problem.
Our total budget, or next year's budget.
I would say even next year if we could,
Yeah.
because I think you can go down there, if you go down once a month, you'll be able to.
Yeah, I'll be able to take care of that. Like I said, I was expecting, when they say an oil leak, that I was expecting I was gonna put oil down there, but I don't.
So, did you make a
I
motion,
make a
Don?
motion that we table it until it causes issues and keep an eye on it.
Second by Missy. All those in favor say aye.
What is that, the main pump for the village?
Motion carried. So, Arnie, you got anything else in public works part?
Not right now that I know of, besides, we do have a valve leaking in the pump house. It's old, we've got one quote for it, we're gonna have another quote for it. It's gonna be pricey. It's just one of them things, we're running water on the floor into the drain. But right now, I've got it valved down a little bit, so it's not leaking as much as it was. Mike was a little nervous about, closing the valve a little bit and all of that. It doesn't affect anything else. It doesn't affect runtime for the pump, any of that. So I choked it down a little bit. We're not losing as much water. The leak stops as soon as the pump kicks on. One other thing, if I could though, one thing I wouldn't mind is, maybe I'll call Sable too. I would love to see if we can't put some sort of inline flow meter there, just so we know how much is pumped when it runs. So then we could somewhat gauge how much we lose, how much goes where, and that will also make sure that there is nothing backflowing. I don't think there is, because I've been running a chlorine test on where it leaks, and The chlorine injection port is upstream, and there's 0.00 chlorine in where the leak is, so there's no backflow happening. But that would be something that could be an issue in the future too with old valves. But I'll get quotes for all of that, I know it's
Okay.
just kind of a wish list thing. I like to know how much is going where.
Well, I mean, they had when they're trying to go and get a flow meter checked before, the guy's like, there's no way to check that unless you pull that, which.
Yeah, I know, so I got
zero.
yeah.
for that.
Yeah, I gotta do some research. There are some now that I've used in the past that clamp on the outside of the pipe
Okay.
that then will read by ultrasonic down through. It's just a pinhole that gets sealed and there's a probe that goes down in, and as it goes past, it tells you how many gallons per minute.
Sounds like you have some work to do.
There's a lot.
Alright, does anybody else have anything else for Marty?
Not for Marty, but for our agenda, we have streets and maintenance, and then we have a public works report. But as the employee policy, we made the job description as a public works and public works operator and public works OIC. So I think we should only have one thing for him, which would be public works, and then you could put A, streets and maintenance. And that, cause I think it's causing confusion that some people work for street maintenance, some people work for wastewater, when we have switched it to everybody works for everything.
Can we put that on the agenda for next month?
Yes, please.
Okay, can you do that for us, please, Liz? Okay, anything else on that? Thank you so much, Marty, welcome to Avoca.
Thanks, Marty.
Alright, number 14, approve pre-approval of overtime policy to put in the personnel policy guidelines. Does anybody have any questions on this?
I was okay with that, I just think we need to change some of the verbiage, cause and we need to talk about, because some of it says, where did it say, like, because it says that it should be requested and pre-approved by the employee's direct supervisor. I think we need to have that clarified on how we want that handled. And then in the emergency unforeseen exceptions, it says the employee must notify their manager. Who is that? I just think we just need to have a little clarification on the wording. Otherwise, I agree with this.
What do you wanna see in there for words?
Haven't had time. So do we want to make, like, Marty, since he's the OIC, for all the part-time people, which they can work overtime, but for everybody underneath him, and then Marty has to come to one of us, or two of us to have it signed for? Or do you just want everybody has to come to the board members? I mean, we hired an OIC, I think that's something that we should use.
I agree with you. I think that, I mean, he should oversee that from the standpoint of if he's gonna be setting up the schedules that we're gonna need. Who's here, when, why, and when you need them. Unforeseen activities are gonna be hard to set up. But
Well, the thing is if we don't always have part-time people and we have another full-time in the future, when we're not here,
very true.
we need to have this in writing for like future, not for just now.
So do you want, the rest of this goes to the village president. If you can't get a hold of the village president, then
Is that how we wanna do it?
I'm asking. I mean, that's what the other part is right now.
I mean, I think it should be worded so the OIC is kind of in charge of it. And if it's the OIC that needs it, then he needs to go to the village president. And there are not two other board members. Or the village president and a board member.
What's the rest of the board think about that?
I agree.
Donna?
I'm still stuck on here saying they can't add under any way go over 20 hours. So are we
This is
allowing
more
people
for
to go
like
over-
full-time
This is
people.
more for
Right.
full-time.
Yeah.
We don't have any.
But I just said, we need to look at the future.
Looking at the future.
This is going to be in the books. So it has to be in there.
So if 2 years from now, we do have another full-time person, and it works out that way, then that it's already here and in place.
And you don't have
So
to
you
have
don't have to
another personnel
backtrack.
policy meeting to change the verbiage again.
We're so close to being like.
We love having meetings. So I don't know, do we have a personnel policy? I don't think I have one scheduled, do I?
No.
Yeah, if you get one scheduled, and then we can look over this and then bring it back to the board.
I would just say get your words more specific if you
Yes.
would, please.
Yes,
Um,
I didn't know anything about this until I got my thing, so.
We had talked about it at the last meeting, putting something together, so then I just,
Yeah. So, but yeah, I can make a personnel policy meeting, go over, change the verbiage in this, and then bring it back to the board next month. If everybody's okay with that,
I guess we should have a motion to. send
I'll
it
make
to
that
you.
motion.
I'll second that.
Jen and Cheryl, send it to the personnel policy guidelines. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Number 15, approve pre-approval overtime sheet for pre-approval overtime policy.
so I'm guessing you'll probably do the same with that, since you don't have a policy yet.
Yeah,
Great.
Right.
yeah,
We go along with it.
do you need another motion, or do you-
Attachment to
I'll
it.
make a motion that we take that to the personnel policy.
So-
I'll second.
Motion by Jen, second by Cheryl. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. All right, that's taken care of. Number 16, consider Hidden Valley's contract for advertising Village of
No.
Avoca.
On your table.
So it's, this one here?
Yeah, and I have the picture, this is what's in the book.
This is how big it is.
So we're looking at a 16th of a page ad, for $470, right? And then next downsize, I'm sorry, 1/6 of a page? I'm sorry, I read that wrong. So the next downsize would be what, 1/12 of a page? Is $285. Then the next size up is $845. So I'm assuming one,
These are all the little ones.
is it a
Which I don't
1/3?
think we would really,
That's what we have now.
285.
So this is.
So that's a 1/6.
if you're looking for more like that size, this is gonna be 45, which I don't think we need a larger one. I think the one that we have is great, and we get great, reviews on it, a lot of people did it.
Well, just reading this, he said, we promote your campground and village events on our Facebook page. In 2025, the village was tagged in posts that reach 159,000 people. So far this year, January through June, 71,000 people viewed the post.
And then right below that says the campground page will get over 1,000 visitors during the course of the year.
Yes.
I don't think we need any bigger. I think
No.
people who are looking for this area are gonna find this just fine.
I think that's, yeah, I like that size.
And he's also changing it up to where he's actually gonna have a campground and campsites where, a website for it, where you can just go on there and go right through. Which would be nice.
Yes.
If we went smaller, we would have to lose some of our wording, so I
Yes.
think the size we have is adequate.
Liz, what are your thoughts on it? Do people say that they looked at it, seen it?
I mean, when we have campers, they come from all over, so I don't know what they're looking at. I don't ask.
Okay.
What's our total, we have a ballpark of what we make from the campground a year?
Between 25, 30,000.
I make a motion to stay with what we have.
I'll second.
Motion by Jen, second by Dawn. Jen and Marty, I'll do roll call please.
Melissa,
Yes.
Ryan,
Yes.
Dawn,
Yes.
Cheryl,
Yes.
Jen. Yes. And Adam.
Yes. Number 17, consider adding board meeting agenda and minutes to the village Facebook page. I put this on here because I thought it would be a good idea, even minimum to get on our website, but most people, my understanding, are always on the Facebook part. So I would really like to see the agendas on there.
So what did we discuss about already putting on Facebook and on the website?
What's that?
What did we already discuss about putting on Facebook and the website? I thought they were already supposed to be going on there.
They're on the website, but we've never put them on Facebook.
I don't personally use Facebook, I don't go on it, so I have no idea what's on there, not on there.
Wasn't there, when Eileen was still the attorney, wasn't there a recommendation not to put it on Facebook at one point?
About Eileen, I don't know.
I'm just
I mean,
saying,
it's
if people
public
can't,
record.
yeah, if people can't get out, you can't get to the bank, you don't go to the post office, and they don't get to the village office here. If they get on their phone and they can look it up, why can't we have that on there?
Yeah.
I mean, because,
Public record.
Yeah. I don't,
If it's on.
I thought they were supposed to be putting it on there, that's what I thought. I didn't realize it wasn't on there. So, I mean, does anybody else have any concerns about going on there? Well, then I'll make a motion that we add the, meeting agendas and minutes to the village Facebook
I'll second it.
after the minutes are approved.
motion by Jen, second by Dawn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, number 18, approved home grant application. You get that one?
We have 3 that need to be approved.
He always taking credit for everybody else.
They finished their project.
He's such a
True.
fucking
So
joke.
3 that need to
It
be.
is true. It is
So
true.
is John and Kevin.
He's straight. Took that right for by.
No.
Took it.
I can't hear it.
You ain't
Thank you.
defended him.
Okay, so the three we're looking at right away are.
You're a joke.
You missed it.
John
I was
You
here.
weren't even here, no you weren't.
Oh, yes, I
You
was.
missed it Wednesday,
Bye.
29.
Disrupting. Bye.
You missed it.
Bye.
So, those are the three that we're looking at right now.
Okay, I'm sorry, what 3 are we looking at?
Okay, I'll say it. John and Kathy Barricott, Sherry and Mike Bartles, and Luann Harris.
Thank you.
No,
Those are, that's,
hers has already been approved, so it's
Yeah.
the reimbursement.
so these are applications. That's what we're looking at. Anybody have any questions on three of them? They're all fitting the guidelines for us, right? Or does anybody have any questions on them? Okay, then motion to approve those three, or do you want to do separate, we can?
We're gonna just prove an application,
Okay.
not spending money.
Or if there's somebody that had a complaint, or not complaint, an objection about one of them, I guess we do it that way, but. I have a motion then, please.
I have a motion to accept.
Motion by Dawn to accept,
Second.
second by Missy, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.
Present.
Then just doesn't. All right, so number 19, consider home grant reimbursement.
So then it'll be Burncox, Bartles, Harris, and Gansky.
the pool.
Yeah.
All right. Does anybody have any questions on the floor? If anybody didn't see it, add into it now. You want to do separate or you want to put them all together? Put them all together then. So I need a motion.
I'll make a motion to accept, home grant reimbursements for Kathy Barrencut, Sharon Michael Bartle, Luann Harris, and Patty Ann.
One motion by Missy, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Cheryl. Roll call, please.
Brian,
Yes.
Dawn. Yes. Cheryl,
Yes.
Jen. Melissa. Yes. And Adam.
Yes. Number 20, Clerk Treasurer Report. A, consider using Campspot as an online reservation for the Avoca Campground.
Yeah, so this Campspot is, something that's online, people can reserve reservations, and it charges the customer 6%, but it doesn't cost the village anything. But but we have to have Pfizer as their online pay, which they charge the customer 3%, and it's a $10 a month charge for Village of Avoca. But we used to have this quite a few years ago, but the guy wasn't able to, put the reservation so I could see it, so if like 10 people came in on June 3rd, I couldn't see that, so I wouldn't know what sites are, but this I can. And they will come in and they will help us, and I'm hoping that might bring more people, cause you can pay online.
How
and-
long of a contract you have to have with them?
There's no contract.
Because let's say we did it for a few months and don't
Did-
notice
Yeah,
anything, do we gotta keep it?
no, if we don't like it, we don't have to keep it.
And if it's $10 a month,
And is it gonna, it's gonna help you, isn't it?
Yeah,
It'll be time saving for you.
yeah.
but like in the winter, are people booking, do people book in the winter, like for the following year, or? 'Cause like we
Maybe
wanna pay-
online,
we
I don't
wanna
know.
pay for
I've
the
never
winter
had
months when
anybody-
Nobody's camping, when we're closed, or is it something we want to
The
do?
only people that I know that
Yes,
actually book for the following years, like Memorial Weekend, the Covars, they're already trying to book for next year. But
What I'm saying
otherwise,
is we wanna start this like in the spring, right before people are gonna start camping, so we're not paying,
yeah,
$10 is $10, so why
Right.
pay it the months that they're not gonna call? That's my thought.
a month.
How soon do our bills go out though for permanents?
They will go out in December.
So do a lot of permanent
Next year.
pay.
No, they either cash or checks. Because we don't do online. Yeah, we can set them up so that they can pay online.
I mean, it would make it simpler for people doing that rather than,
Mhm.
But we live here, so.
I'll make a motion that we go with that.
we want for a start date. Guess that was up for discussion, I didn't know if there's
When
any.
you wanna start it?
Start next month? I
You
don't
have a preference, Liz?
know. Do you have preferences?
Matter to
You're the
me.
one running it.
You know,
Whatever.
do we wanna do it over winter since campground's closed anyway?
That's what I'm saying wait.
Well, the reason I was saying is that maybe somebody's looking in December to say,
Yeah,
hey,
And they
I
start.
can-
when they never
and we
go.
could take
Yeah.
my camper out in March and then,
A lot of
I
people.
don't know, I don't,
Put the sites up for a really high price during the winter for
Yeah,
people to
that's-
book
you're
for
right.
next
Memorial
year.
Weekend,
Okay.
they book for
That's
holidays.
true, that's true.
Well, if they wanna buy
$10 a
them
month, right?
before
Yeah.
in December,
Exactly.
make
That's
it 3
cool.
times the cost.
One camper a weekend pays for it, so
Right.
it pays
Yeah.
for
It
it.
saves her a couple hours of work, that's.
We're-
saving
right,
her.
right.
Make money.
Did you made a motion, Jen?
Yes.
I'll second.
Second by Cheryl, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
You wanna do a roll call on that, Monique?
Do a roll call, please. Thank you, Ryan.
You know?
Dawn,
Yes.
Cheryl,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Melissa,
Yes.
Ryan,
Yes.
and Adam.
Yes. Letter B, consider clerk's MTO September 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, 2026.
Amy, will be working?
Yes. I don't know all of them, but she will be there for part, if not all.
What are the dates?
It's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
I make a motion that we approve the clerk's MTO.
Motion by Jen, second by Dawn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Letter C, consider a loan through Royal Bank for a lift station pump.
So we approved, you guys approved to fix, now we need to, so that's that paperwork in
So
front of you.
with the other loans that are gonna be getting paid off, can we afford the 5 years so we get the lowest interest?
Cause this will come out of water, or out of sewer, it will come out of the general account.
Or can you tell me what the difference is in the interest for each one of these?
So at 5 years, the interest is $4,907.60, and at 10 years, it's $10,511.80.
Significant.
I think we should do the lowest interest if we can afford to pay that off, cause we have a lot more that's gonna be coming up, that's gonna need to be
Is
fixed.
that gonna be a problem, the payments that'll be at the 5 year?
No,
I make a motion that we go with option for 5 year term.
I second.
Motion by Jen, second by Cheryl. Roll call, please.
Jen,
Yes.
Melissa,
Yes.
Ryan,
Yes.
Cheryl,
Yes.
Dawn,
Yes.
and Adam.
Yes. Just let me know when that needs to be signed over there, please. Alright, what do you have for us, Liz?
Okay, so Dave Beckham called me today, him, Bart, and Jordan can make it August 24th at 1:30 to meet with the DNR. Can anybody else make that day?
What day of the week is it?
The 24th is the Monday.
I have to see if anybody's on vacation.
Are you
I mean, I got
available
two
on
rooms.
Yes, I'm available on Monday.
The 24th, Monday the 24th.
at 1:30? Is anybody available?
I am. Probably am. I am.
Okay.
I'll get back to you, I'll have to go check the work schedule, see, I'll take vacation.
We also have a special board meeting.
Why not?
That's on the sale of receipts.
Yes, I'm available. How many people do you need there? Because I also have to, do we have to use it on the 26th? Because I'll have to use vacation that day too.
They were wanting between 2 and 3, they didn't want any more than 3 board members, which I
Because they
mean,
don't want a
I
quorum.
don't want your quorum, so. That was a part of it.
So we have to.
Yep.
Okay. All right, I will let them know. So August 24th at 1:30.
I'll check and see.
Okay.
So we got Cheryl and Missy,
For
for
sure.
sure.
Okay. I think it's been pretty busy. Tomorrow's election, so that's another long day.
You know, all our workers all lined up for that.
Yep, I got everybody here for that, so. I don't have a whole lot. Just when I get public record request, I have to give them everything, including emails that I have, just so you guys.
Good. Anybody have any questions for Liz?
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Liz.
Thank you, Liz.
Thank you.
Alright, so 21, pay bills.
I have a few I'm still waiting for, so.
Is that like there's hotline and?
Digger's hotline, our attorney, Speedy, yeah, they didn't send theirs yet either, so.
So does Digger's hotline just when we call them?
we
Or
get
is it when anybody in the vault
calls them, cause then cause we get an email and then we have to put our water main, where our water and sewer lines are, so if they're gonna build,
So if
they know
anybody
where it
has
is.
anything they wanna do, they call their hotline and get another bill.
That's the way they split it up. Anybody have any questions on bills?
So. Fogger had to be repaired now. Fogger 75, Wester Welding LLC, Fogger forklift repair.
Oh, that,
No.
yeah, but I don't know, it had to do with, he was building something underneath it so the forklifts could go under it and then put it in the back of the truck, so that's how he must use the fogger now, that's what that was.
Instead of being a trailer
Yes,
and having to drive through people's yards and having people get upset because the grass is dry.
yes.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
Anybody have any other questions?
Motion to pay bills.
Moved by Ryan, second by Jen.
With any other additional ones coming in.
Let's pay with that.
Pay with the that have not been received yet.
Roll call, please.
Jen?
Yes.
Melissa?
Yes.
Ryan?
Yes.
Jen, Dawn?
Yes.
Cheryl?
Yes.
And Adam?
Yes. So, number 22, motion to go in closed session for the purpose of considering employment, promotion, compensation, performance evaluation data, any public